Welcome to another episode of Health Your Way podcast, where we discuss health issues ranging from physical, mental, emotional, as well as current facts.
Welcome. I'm guest host Mark Anderson, and this is a special episode of Health Your Own Way podcast. Today, I get to sit down for a one-on-one interview with Mo Akins.
That's all you're going to say? You're not going to introduce me? Introduce me.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, Mo is a certified personal trainer as well as a corporate wellness specialist. She hosts this weekly podcast. She's a nationally qualified powerlifter as well as a fitness competitor. And she also dabbles as a full-time project manager.
I dabble in it. I really
dabble
do.
in it?
I just dabble in it. Why not? The other thing was too small, so might as well do it.
Is there anything else you wanted to add to your impressive resume?
He copies my exact words. No, I think I'm really happy with what you said. I appreciate the introduction. I'm really excited to do this with you. A lot of people don't know that I can't only do this podcast by myself. I have my right arm, Mr. Anderson here, and I feel bad for him. He was stuck doing this, but we're having fun. So I'm excited for this actual podcast. And it's you're the host, so tell us what's next.
Yeah. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate you. Mo just had her 1-year anniversary, 52 episodes. So week after week, you put in the work, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's start out by just what motivated you to start the podcast?
Everybody keeps asking me that question. I think if you remember, I came home one day and said, "Let's do a podcast." It really is. But I think I've thought about this actual question a lot because I get asked, and if I really sit down and can describe it, it would be more the fact that most of my clients ask me a lot of questions, health-related questions, and some of the questions I don't know. And I thought that with so much information out there, it would be nice to have a platform where people can actually find information not only related to physical health, but there's different aspects of health that are all of our overall well-being. So, for example, like spiritual, sexual, and mental, financial. So that's one of the reasons. And yeah, I think that's one of my biggest drive really was because I wanted to create a platform where a lot of places people can actually go to and learn about things that affect their health. It's not only physical.
So you just wanted to bring everything into one spot. And
it makes sense because the assumption that physical health is the only way to make yourself happy or be well is false, because there's all the aspects of your life that actually affects your physical health. So your mental health, your spiritual health, like your sexual health, a lot of things that people don't even realize are a big component to the overall well-being. So the show itself is a holistic process of actually finding yourself and finding your own way to determine what's healthy for you. Is that fair enough?
That's fair, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you've covered a lot of ground there. What was your biggest surprise over the year, things that you learned?
I stuck with this. This is right. I think I really, to sit back, I'm surprised that I actually did this. I didn't expect to actually do a podcast. I am terrified of talking. I stutter. And it's a lot better if you see my first episode. Actually, don't listen to my first episode. Just ignore it. But it's more the fact that I didn't let fear stop me. I remember the first episode with Tiana. If I say your name incorrectly, I'm sorry, love. I was shaking. I was nervous. I was terrified. I was stuttering. We had to redo that episode like I don't know how many times.
I remember. There was lots of editing in the first episode.
Hey, don't tell these people this. Don't tell these people this.
It's okay.
But I think what I've learned. What was your question again, please?
What was your biggest takeaway from your first year?
The feedback I got from people that said they learned a lot, and also what I've gotten for myself personally. I think collaborating with so many people over the past year and learning information that's been beneficial to my well-being, as well as I was able to provide to my clients, has been very useful overall. Like 100%, that was my biggest takeaway from this. Sorry, go ahead.
Good. No, that's good. So you've inspired a lot of people over the course of the year. You've got a lot of feedback. Maybe what would some advice be that you give to somebody looking to start their own podcast?
Do it. Honestly, do it. And again, what I got from it was I got to grow. I know I'm a totally different person from today than last year. My personal, you grow. I think the biggest thing I got was from collaborating with so many people. I've had some great times talking to people. I've laughed so hard. I've made some actual friends from this, so it's been really good. I think also the fact that you have to be passionate about it. There's days that it's just a lot of social media aspects, a lot of editing, a lot of talking, a lot of researching. So you need to be passionate about it. If you're passionate about it, don't wait. Nothing's gonna be right. Like you're just gonna. I think the biggest thing I've learned is basically, if you're scared, just do it anyways. You've just learn from each video, so each episode, and make that change. Because nothing's gonna be perfect. I've heard people that are scared to start. I always want it to be perfect. Or I'm still learning. And I think if you're learning and you're willing to put yourself out there, that's where the growth is. So if you want to do a podcast, if I can do it, believe me, you can do it. Believe me, you can.
Yeah,
So,
that's good.
did that answer your question?
Answer the question. That's perfect. That's perfect. So moving on, let's get into the health aspect for today.
We are. We're doing health aspects?
It's Health
Believe me,
Your
you
Own Way
never told me.
podcast.
You never told me any of this question.
Surprise
so,
questions. Here we
yes.
go.
Shoot.
Okay, so you kind of mastered the side hustle. You've got a lot
I
of
didn't
things
master
going
nothing.
on.
I fell through the whole process. People do not think I mastered this. Go ahead.
Yeah, you are constantly busy.
I'm
You've
not
got
busy.
your personal training. You've got your fitness competitor
Okay.
stuff. You've got your what else you got?
I don't
Your
know.
full-time job.
This is my full-time job.
Yeah. You're on the go all the time. So being so busy, how do you find the time to eat right?
How do I find time to eat right? Great question. Some days I suck. Honestly, some days I suck. I'm not even gonna lie. It's a struggle. I think for me, I've had to learn to be prepared. You have to plan ahead of time. Like I remember when I first started in this whole environment of competing, I had to learn how to meal prep. I had to learn how to prepare my food. If you don't plan ahead of time, you're not successful. There's days that you don't want to plan. But for me, if I don't prepare my food ahead of time, if I don't have food made, I will fail. I will not be able to stay healthy. So to be successful both wise, you have to be prepared. So you're gonna have to plan. Meal planning is a really big thing for me, 100%.
Okay. So with meal planning then, how do you find the time to exercise? How do you fit that in?
Oh, I make it. I'm sorry, there's no option here. I'm sorry, there's no option. Like I wouldn't be sane. Like I really wouldn't be sane. You know how people have hobbies that make them calm, like people read, people, they play the piano. If I don't exercise, I don't get to release my tension. Even though I'm in pain, half the time I'm working out, it's just accomplishing something. It's a lifestyle for me. This is my life. I enjoy it. Again, I'm in pain, but I enjoy it. Not when I say in pain, it's because I'm always pushing myself, but it's a lifestyle. This is me. And if I can't be me, I can't be anybody else. So I need to go exercise to be happy.
Okay. So that's your lifestyle. There's somebody trying to get into it. What are some of the big obstacles that they're going to face?
Oh, sorry. I assumed
She's just jump into it.
Big obstacles. It hurts. It hurts. Like if you haven't been exercising in a while, and even some people that have exercised a while, if you go back into it, like after a few weeks or months, it hurts. Your body's not going to be used to the movement. I think it's baby steps. Really, you have to take one activity at a time. So if you want to start exercising, maybe start walking more. Just start with that. And after you start walking, your body's used to moving. Get some body workouts, get some small bands or dumbbells. And, maybe if you really are really motivated and you want someone to help you to achieve your goals, hire someone. If you can't afford someone, there's a lot of online free Zoom sessions out there. There's a lot of online videos on YouTube. There's a lot of free information online. Really look into that. But the big thing you need to understand is form. If you cannot do certain exercises or it doesn't look like the video that you're doing, then you have a lot of mobility issues. See a chiropractor. See a physiotherapist. If you have back pain, it's just bending your knees, see somebody. But the first step is just start moving. So to really answer this question, take baby steps. Go for a walk. Just be active. Get off the bed. Or even then just stop eating to a certain extent. Instead of having the chips, just walk to the fridge and get water. Walk to the fridge and get an apple. But baby steps. Did I answer the question?
Yeah, you answered the question. That's okay. It's your podcast. I'm just co-hosting here.
As long as he knows that. As long as he knows that. Go ahead.
Okay. So if somebody they're doing that on their own, but they're looking for a little extra help, maybe some advice from a personal trainer or something, or they're just looking for somebody to follow, how could they reach out to you?
Okay. First of all, I'm not taking any clients. I'm sorry, I am full. And with that said, as you can see, some of the guest I've had on, some of them are personal trainers. Feel free to reach out to them. I do vouch for them. With that said, there's a lot of credible people out there. Do your research, check them, please. Some people are not certified, don't have the credentials. It's up to you, whatever you feel comfortable. Just make sure that you are working with someone that has your best interest.
Just 1 second. Because somebody's certified, does that make them better than maybe somebody who's not? Like, should you kind of steer clear of people who aren't certified?
I'm not saying that. I guess it's a personal experience. For me, I would want someone that actually has been educated. But again, some people that is educated doesn't mean that they know anything. Really, just if you are going to reach out to someone, do your research, get feedbacks from, I guess, client reviews. Yeah. See what they've done in the past, understand what they've learned, because sometimes education doesn't give you everything. Sometimes you have to learn from experience, and people have been doing for 20 to 25 years that know more than people have been taught. So really, when it comes down to it, it's really doing your research. I'm very, very picky about form. So if any of my clients are watching this, they all know that. They can vouch for that. So I think the reason why I say that is form is big. And there's no point doing an exercise if you're going to injure yourself and you're not doing it properly, and you want to be able to activate the right muscles that you're supposed to be working out. With that said, if you wanted to follow me or reach out or even seek out the people that I'm connected with, I'm at mo.akins on Instagram. I'm at mo.akins on Facebook. You can find me on LYBL Fitness on Instagram as well as LinkedIn. You can find me on YouTube with Health Your Way Podcast, as well as Instagram and Facebook. I'm basically everywhere. If you want to follow me on Pinterest, feel free. I'm on Twitter and Health Your Way Podcast. So you really could find me anywhere.
If you can follow somebody on social media, they'll find you on that
basically,
platform.
Basically, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I'm everywhere. Yes. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. No, that's excellent. Okay. So you're a busy woman, and you're kind of in a holding pattern at the moment.
Am I? Okay.
Yeah. So everybody's wanting to know what's next for Mo.
Sleep. 2020 has been a long year for everybody. For me, it's been an interesting experience. I've had the opportunity to do a summit with 36 wonderful people for a summit that I did earlier in August. With that said, I'm excited for next year, 2021. I'm looking to do a quarterly series for health-based. I am going to be updating the website. It is going to be a free event, and I'm really looking forward to collaborating with anybody out there that wants to express themselves, but share the information about health itself. I'm really big on sharing information and learning from others. So look out for 2021. Big things are coming down the pipeline. Yeah, apparently I don't sleep. So I need sleep is what's next.
Excellent. Okay. Well, thank you very much for allowing me this opportunity to interview today.
I didn't allow him. He took it over.
I took it over?
He really did. He took it over. He said, we have to do this. I was like, okay.
No, it wasn't like that. No, she begged me. So. Yeah. No, it was great. We look forward to seeing big things from you next year.
I want to say thank you to everybody that's taken the opportunity to even watch this podcast, to follow me, to collaborate with me. Please understand, this podcast wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you guys. It wouldn't have existed this long if I didn't have people that wanted to be part of it, that really share their knowledge. And the best thing, I think, for me was learning that people actually wanted to come on the show and they were excited. So I never experienced that, and that just made my day. And I also want to say, I know I'm the front, but this is my back right here. This is my back. I wouldn't have this podcast if it wasn't for him. I feel sorry for him that he has to be so sorry, because I could be a full train coming through with no stop.
Yeah. Yes.
And nobody
I
has to
agree.
respond.
No, I agree.
Nobody has to respond. So with that said, I think I look forward to the next few years. I really want to do this more. I enjoy it. It's been a really great passion of mine. So if you have any questions or if you want to collaborate with me, feel free to reach out to me. My email address at healthyourwaypodcast@gmail.com or message me on Instagram. But thank you all. Like, I've had a blast doing this. I did. Like you see, I enjoy this, so I look forward to another few more years. Bye, you guys. Thank you for joining us today on our weekly episode of Health Your Way podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, share with others, and please feel free to comment below and ask any questions on topics we discussed, as well as future topics you'd like to hear about. Have a happy and healthy week, and be sure to tune in next week for the next episode on a Health Your Way podcast.